Hey guys, Technomentary here with another exciting video for you guys. So I bought the iPhone 10 or the X for $419 on eBay. As you see, this is a 256 gig one, and it's for Verizon and it's sub carriers. And a lot of Verizon works with a lot of other carriers as well, so it's kind of like unlocked. So I wanted to do this video for you guys so you guys can see. Here I have the package, what kind of phone you can expect whenever you're buying from eBay. So as you see here, this is a purchase detail. It just arrived today. It took 2 days, came in this USPS priority mail box right here. And I'm pretty excited to unbox this for you guys because this is going to be pretty awesome, because this phone costs almost $1,300 or so new, and I'm getting it for almost 1/3 the price here. And if you guys are looking to buy discounted cheap phone, iPhone X or anything like that, check out the link I have included for you guys in the description section as well. Also check out our other videos where we did unboxing for other iPhones like the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and even some of the older generation iPhone 7, 8, and then Samsung phones as well if you guys are a Samsung fan. So I'm going to be unboxing this for you guys today, show you guys the quality of the phone you can get from eBay. And also later on, I'm going to share some couple tips and tricks whenever you're buying from eBay to make sure that your transaction goes smooth and you know which listing to look out for. I also made a guide for you guys that are new to eBay to simply determine which seller and listing to buy from, because eBay allows a lot of people to sell. Any third party can sell, but you want to buy from a seller that's been around and established. Also, we're going to be doing another giveaway of an iPhone. To enter the giveaway, simply like this video and then click on the subscribe button so you know when we do announce giveaways. And then share this video on your social media sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you guys use. The more you share, the better chance of winning. And then comment in the comment section that you have done that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take this box apart and unbox it for you guys. So as you can see, it came in this white flimsy box, but it's, as you can see, in a hard box inside. So let's go ahead and start taking this apart. So and scissor to cut that, and let's take a look. So as you can see here, putting that aside, it's in this generic cardboard box, which of course isn't a new box, but this is a used phone. But so that's what you're expecting. This phone is fully functional. There's no issues with it, guys. Whenever you're buying on eBay, make sure you buy phones that are fully functional. It will say it in the listing, it's fully functional. Sellers usually that sell a lot of phones like this will do like a 65-point test, which determines pretty much everything from mic to sensors to cameras. They already test this for you guys, so you don't even have to worry that nothing, something won't work, unless the seller specifically listed in the listing where they'll say, oh, this doesn't work or that doesn't work. I wouldn't buy from those sellers. So that's one thing to know. So as you see here, this is the silver edition of the iPhone 10 that I'm going to be unboxing for you guys. And then here you see these generic chargers. These are not original charger, of course, but these are OEM certified chargers, so they work like the Apple charger. So, and they usually last longer from my past experience. So we'll put the cardboard aside so we can actually do more a thorough inspection of the iPhone 10 here. As you notice here, the back, right, it's a glass back here because that's how they're designed, and it's not cracked or anything like that. I know you guys worry it's going to be cracked or anything, but it's not cracked. There's nothing on it. I see this as flawless back right here. And then if we look at the top part here, very minor, like, I don't even know what to describe, like minor rough edge, but it's not really, you really can't see on this bezel. It looks pretty clean for the most part. Same on this side, and then the charging port looks fine, and then the side looks as fine. This is where you put the SIM card in, of course. So from the external condition of back and the side, it looks good. And then looking at the front glass, it's not cracked, of course, and There's no scratches or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead, power this on for you guys so we can start kind of, as you can see, it doesn't have charge, so I'm going to put on the charge. Sometimes because these phones, what happens is they're in, the seller has these stocked, so they might have been charged like a couple months ago and hasn't been charged after that, so the battery has kind of died from that, and you have to just charge it. Don't worry when this happens. I know people complain or get scared, hey, the phone isn't turning on. It's because it just needs a charge. It'll probably turn on in maybe a minute or two once it starts getting powered. So I'm not really worried about that. While it's charging for you guys, so we can show you guys the ins and out of it, a couple of tips and tricks I want to share with you guys is whenever you guys are buying from eBay, I have this in a video form as well. If you check out our channel or even the comment section, I'll leave it. Is simply buy from sellers that have been selling for a long time on eBay. You determine that by whenever you go on a listing on the right hand side, you'll see a seller's name and its rating, feedback rating. Make sure the feedback rating is 95% or more and at least has a couple thousands at the bare minimum phone units that they have kind of sold. That way you know that seller. You can click on it and also see all of it, all of their listings as well. Next thing you want to look for is the condition. In the listing, there's a description for condition, which the seller will note either it's used, seller refurbished, manufacturer refurbished, pre-owned, and new, of course. Those are the listings you should only buy from. There's also a type called for parts are not working that eBay does allow sellers to sell. I stay away from that unless you know how to fix phones, of course. Next thing you want to look for is carrier compatibility. So this phone is a Verizon phone, like I mentioned. Verizon for a special carrier where you can use for other GSM carrier like T-Mobile and AT&T. In a way, it's unlocked, which means I can use it on other carriers. But if you're looking for a specific carrier, look to buy unlocked phones for AT&T and T-Mobile and their subcarriers. Usually GSM unlock works. But if you have like Sprint or some other random carrier, I usually buy those specifically for that carrier or buy what's known as fully unlocked phones. Fully unlocked phones are phones that you can use on any carrier. Or if you're traveling international, you can use it on international borders as well. So those are the 2-3 tips that I want to share with you guys. Lastly, kind of thoroughly read the description. It's key that you read it because each seller has a different way of listing things, and it's important to note how that listing is going to be, because in the listing it'll tell you what's going to be included. Are they going to include a charger or not? Are they going to include headphones? What kind of box it'll come in? All of this sort of things, which is very important whenever you're buying a phone, because you're going to know what you're getting. And finally, guys, always buy from a listing that at least has a 30-day return policy. You'll see when you click on a listing, it will say it has at least a 30-day return policy. If it says seller does not offer return, simply avoid those listings at all costs, because you want to be able to return a phone if there's any issues with it. So with this phone, I have a 30-day return policy, which means if within 30 days I find that I don't like the phone or it doesn't fit me and I want to get a different one, simply you can open a claim by going into your portal for your account and look at purchases and just hit return item. And most sellers offer already a free prepaid shipping label. They'll send it to you on either the eBay portal or email it to you, and just simply put it back in the same box, stop it at the post office, and once they receive it within a day or two, they'll process your payment. So you don't have issues of that as well. So as you can see, it's still powering on because it's still charging here. So we got to give it, maybe a minute or two at most, and then it should start powering on. Like I said, they go through trends that like shipping and stocking for a long time. So the phone, it's a battery, right? It's gonna drain out. So nothing to worry there. I had this with other phones. When I buy it, usually they don't have power, and then it takes a minute or two sometimes for the power to on. As you can see, it's powering on automatically because it's connected to charge, and we are at the main screen here. So this phone, as you see with any phones you buy on eBay, the seller will be doing a factory reset and wiping out the previous user's data, so you are good to go to start using it. So I'm going to go ahead quickly set this up for you guys, show you guys you can get to the home screen. And these phones don't have what's known as iCloud account or iCloud lock, which means someone else's account is signed in. Because these phones, are legit phones. They're genuine original phones, not scam or anything like that. As you see here, you need some kind of data to connect to the internet, because it needs to talk to Apple server to make sure the phone is legit. So I'm going to sign into a Wi-Fi, demo Wi-Fi that I have set up here. If you don't have Wi-Fi, you can simply connect it to iTunes, or even put your SIM card in here on this side, and from there on it could use the SIM data. As you see here, we're good. It accepted and activated the phone. So I'm just going to click the default here, Face ID, which is, because it doesn't have a Touch ID anymore. With the iPhone 10s, they use Face ID. You're going to want to set this up or set it up later in the settings. For our purposes, all of this stuff I'm just going to skip so I can get to the home screen to show you guys this phone is legit and there's no issues with it. And then this one, if you go back a little one, it's about data. So if you guys are setting it up, you definitely want to either restore from a backup or connect it to your iTunes, or do a simple iPhone peer-to-peer transfer. If you set your old iPhone here, it should pick it up. You have to update both of the software for it to do that. But for our purposes, we're just going to skip through that. Same thing here with Apple ID. If you're going to use the services like iCloud, App Store to download anything, you're going to need to create an Apple account or sign into your existing one if you have that. And if you forgot the password, just simply click reset password. Or if it's the first time using iPhone, just create a new one for free. I'll show you guys. You can do that by in this step. It will guide you through once you click either or you can set up later in the settings. So I'm just going to do that just so that we don't make this video super long. And then the terms and conditions, you're going to have to hit agree. Custom settings, express settings, I usually just go with that. Keeping your iPhone up to date. This is either you can choose to manually update the phone whenever a new update comes out, or you can hit continue and automatically do it for you guys. I just hit automatically, so I don't have to worry about being up to date. Because eventually, if you're too behind on software, some apps don't work. So as you see here, iMessage and FaceTime, these are the core features of iPhones that people love, and this just basically explains that. And Siri here, same thing. The voice assistant is going to ask you a couple commands so it recognizes your voice. But for our purposes, we're just going to skip it here. Screen time, just a weekly report of how much time you're spending, or you can set parental controls. Again, I'm just going to hit continue here. App analytics, so this is for the phone to send out any issues that it encounters so they can make the phone better. I usually choose not to share. True Tone, which automatically adjusts and adapts the ambient lighting of the phone to the environment. It's a cool feature of the display. Just gonna hit continue. And then the appearance, same thing. It's whatever you prefer, dark versus light. And you in the settings, there's an option to actually toggle on automatically, where during sunset it will go dark, and during sunrise, based on your area, it will become light. You can hit OK. I'm just going to keep the default. Go home, because there's no home button now. The home is actually, you have to slide up from the bottom. Switching between app, if you pull from the corner, it will give you the multiple apps. That's what it's saying. And then lastly, the control panel or the control center is not coming from the bottom anymore. It's from the right top side. That's what this is saying. And as you can see, welcome to iPhone. We are good to go here. If you put in a SIM card here already by using a SIM ejector tool, or even a pay-per-click of hearing, if you press that in, I did a video on that. It will have your service up here listed, but because I didn't put a SIM card in, it doesn't have a service. So you can see there's no service right now. And it's charging the phone. And this phone is fully functional, guys. There's no issues with them. I'm going to show you guys the buttons here. The volume up, down works fine. As you see, silent on and off works. The power button works fine. And then if we check the flashlight, that works as well. And then let's take a look at what else do we have to check here. We can go ahead and probably check, if it's a real phone. This is a quick way to check, is if you open up Apple Store if it's not a real phone, it would have taken you to some Google store or something. This is a real phone by simply going to Apple Store. You can check it. You can also run some checks by Googling Apple serial number lookup and then take the serial number from your phone about page and then put it there. And it will tell you that if it's a legit phone or not. So hopefully this video was helpful if you guys are looking to buy a phone. Like I said, I included the link to the discounted phones in the description section. And also, if you guys are entering the giveaway, simply like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then share this video on your social media sites, and then comment that you have done that. So thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.